Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Saddam Alvaro, Navish Purnama. I am from speaking for academic purposes of Rinci. Now I'm going to present about what why should people not abstain in the general election. So before we go to the topic, we should know what is abstain. What is abstain in election term? So abstain is in election term is when you are not using your right to vote or and you didn't participate in the general election, or in Indonesia we call it golput. So why do I interested in this topic? So as you can see in the chart, this is the number of abstainer in back in last election last year. Even though the number of abstainer is greatly decreased, but 30 million number of people is still a big number. So that's why I'm interested in this topic. So this is there are the examples of the causes what causing people to abstain. Here is some examples, maybe there are other examples, but I just can show these three. Okay, and the first one is those people who don't care about politics. So these people think that the result of election or whoever the candidates that will be chosen for the selected candidates, it will not affect their life, or their life will be okay even whatever the result of the election. So they just don't care about politics. Then number two is those people who don't believe in the candidate. Maybe the candidates that available is didn't have the same thing, the same thing or the same ideology as them. So they feel like there is no candidates that there is no candidates that enough for them. There is no candidates that they can choose because there are no candidates that similar in the way of thinking with them. And then the last one is inadequate facilities. So you know that there are many people who has disabilities, so maybe there are no special places or special systems for those who has disabilities. So those people think that their votes isn't matter, so they just abandon the election. And then we go to the topic, why should people not abstain? The first one is the civic responsibility. Voting or participating in the election considered civic duty. So when you are vote, you are contributing in the democratic life. So when you are not participating in it, you are denying your civic responsibility. And then number two is influence policy. It means that support candidates that align with your value. So before you are gonna vote, you must know the candidates the promises that they said, so you can choose candidates that align with your value. And then voting is also the way to influence the direction of your country. So you are participating in the or influence the country by participating in the vote in the general election. And then number 3 is accountability. So after you knowing the promises of each candidate, you will hold their responsibility, you will hold their accountability of the candidates. So if they are not fulfill their promise when they are deselected candidates, you can protest against them because you know the promises that they were said. The fourth is avoiding complacency. So by you are not voting, not participating in the general election, it can lead to political apathy and sense of powerlessness. So that's why you have to participate in the general election. And again, it is the way to make your voice heard. So you should maximize your right. And then the fifth is historical struggles. You know that there are countries that there is no freedom of speech. There is just one candidate, one person or one dictator that you have to accuse him, even though his promises, his rules is not aligned with your values, or you are just don't agree with him, but you must follow it. So we have to thankful for being Indonesian, or born as an Indonesian. And then the last one is your voice matters. Imagine that if you are thinking, oh, it is just my vote, it's just one vote that abstain. It is just me who is abstainer, so it is just one vote that not included in the general election. But imagine that if the other people think the same as you, so there will be this destruction of the democratic life. So that's why you have to participating and vote in the general election and not become an abstainer. And then we jump to the conclusion. So even though the number of abstainer is greatly decreased from the past year, 30 million number is still big. Is still big number. And even though maybe the result of the election isn't affect your life, but you have to maximize it because it is your responsibility. It is your one of the way to make your voice heard, because every voices matter. So the country will not be led by the dictator or just one party. So democratic life will be going on. I think that's all for me. Thank you for the attention.